Hello everyone, and welcome to the Baccalaureate for the senior class of 2021. I'll be reading The Oak Tree by Johnny Ray Ryder Jr. A mighty wind blew night and day. It stole the oak tree's leaves away, then snapped its boughs and pulled its bark until the oak tree was tired and stark. But still the oak tree held its ground, while other trees fell all around. The weary wind gave up and spoke, "How can you still be standing, oak?" The oak tree said, "I know you can break each branch of mine in two, carry every leaf away, and shake my limbs and make me sway. But I have roots stretched in the earth, growing since my birth. You'll never touch them, for you see, they are the deepest part of me. Until today, I wasn't sure just how much I could endure. But now I found, with thanks to you, I am stronger than I ever knew."
Hello, I'm Maria Davis, Provost at Olivet College. Each year, the graduating class selects a speaker from among the faculty to give them a final address as part of our baccalaureate celebration. It's my pleasure to introduce to you the faculty speakers selected by the Olivet College class of 2021, Dr. John Moore, Associate Professor of Psychology. Dr. Moore joined the faculty in 2014 after serving for several years on the faculty at the University of Wisconsin-Parkside. In addition to general psychology, he regularly teaches courses in cross-cultural psychology and biopsychology, and recently co-led a travel course to Northern Ireland on the topic of peace and reconciliation. His research specialty is in qualitative methods in the social sciences and the analysis of healthcare interactions. In 2018, Dr. Moore was one of the founding members of the Student Mental Health Task Force on campus and remains committed to student mental health development and suicide prevention. Dr. Moore is beloved by his students for his kind and compassionate manner and his deep commitment to their personal as well as their professional success. Dr. Moore holds a BSc in psychology and an MSc in health psychology from the University of Derby in the UK, an MSc in social science research methods, and a PhD in discursive psychology from Loughborough University in the UK. He completed postgraduate training in conversation analysis at the University of York and served as a postdoctoral fellow at the School of Nursing at the University of Nottingham. Please join me in welcoming Dr. John Moore as this year's faculty speaker.
Hello, seniors. Thank you for voting for me to give the faculty speech this year. I was initially surprised and a little nervous, but ultimately I'm honored and also very happy to be with you at this exciting time. The theme that you've chosen is Defying the Odds, and in a sense you've all done that. About 30% of people that begin a bachelor's degree drop out of college before making it to their second year. About 40% of people who begin do not finish their degree at all. When you consider these numbers, in addition to the fact that your last 3 semesters have been so heavily impacted by the pandemic, I think it is okay for you to feel that you have defied the odds. I've been thinking a lot about what I could say to you that might be helpful or useful. My basic hope for you as you leave Olivet College is that you will be happy, not just happy to be graduating with your degree, but happy in your lives beyond here. So I've decided to stick to what I know and to tell you about some things we know from psychology about how to be happier. And I don't mean the self-help style stuff that you can easily Google. Are you ready? Okay. The first issue is a simple one, and it's connected to jobs, which I know you're all concerned about. Jobs can be great. I have one. And I know you may have already heard that money will not buy you happiness, and most of us would be very happy to try and disprove that. But it is kind of true. Earning anything more than $70,000 a year makes no additional difference to your level of happiness. So don't feel that you need to chase a job or career with a massive salary to be happy, because you don't. Also, people that tend to use their money to buy experiences rather than things tend to be happier. So use your money to do things with people. And that's issue number 2. Did you know that loneliness is as bad for your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day? Cultivate good relationships with others. We are a social species and we need to be in interaction with others to maintain a good sense of well-being. Even short interactions with strangers are good for making us feel happier. Okay, perhaps you could have Googled those, but here's my third point. If there's one thing I want you to know about from decades of modern psychological research, it's what happens when you remind people about aspects of who they are. If you make high school or college students take a math test and you make them tick a box at the top of the test that says male or female, the scores of the young women drop significantly. If you give them a map reading challenge and you make them tick those same boxes, women's scores drop again. If you make students tick a box about their ethnicity or skin color, people of color end up scoring less than the white folks in the room on a lot of different tests. We call this stereotype threat, where the stereotypes about aspects of your identity impact your performance. And it is an equal opportunity offender. If you remind white people of their skin color before they take a shot on a basketball court, they are more likely to miss the shot. Of course, stereotypes affect some people more than others, and in the most profound ways. The good news from this research is that if you take away those reminders of identity, everyone scores the same on math tests, science tests, on the basketball court. The stereotypes about your identity do not determine your ability. So the moral of the story is to not let people's ideas about you determine what you can or cannot do. I'm going to say that one more time. Do not let people's ideas about you determine what you can or cannot do. I know you've inherited a lot of social problems from the generations before you, and some of us have more work to do on this than others. I've heard many of you speak about how overwhelming all of this can be. As Toni Morrison wrote, not knowing it was hard, knowing it was harder. So here's my final point. If you felt like you wanted to tune out as soon as I said something about stereotypes, I understand. I feel like that sometimes too. But I'm not here to call you out for the way you feel, but to call you in to the work that needs to be done. If you are not a woman, fine. You can help make sure that women can have the same safety and opportunities that you do. Are you a person without disability or a person without mental health issues? Okay then. You can help make life better for those who do. Not an LGBTQA person? No problem. You can help make sure that LGBTQA people can live their lives safely and without discrimination. Not a person of color? That's okay too. But you can help make sure that your brothers and sisters and non-binary siblings of color can live their lives to the fullest. There is work to be done, and it is our work to do. This is a call in to help with it, and to help us all defy the odds against us, and to help us all to be happier. Thank you. Thank you for frequently demonstrating how great you all are, because you help me to have hope for all of our futures. This is the point where I was going to sing The Greatest Love of All by Whitney Houston, but I like all of you too much to do that to you. Have you heard the phrase, the luck of the Irish? It's lies, all lies, unless you're talking about the bad luck of the Irish. But I do wish you good luck. You have a lot of time ahead of you to get where you want to be, so don't feel rushed. The compass points out in all directions, so don't stop being comfortable with getting uncomfortable, as you have heard here so many times. Surprise yourself, believe in yourself, live up to yourself, and stay in touch with us, because how else are we going to book you to come back and speak at seminar on Wednesdays? I'm very proud of you all. I'll see you at commencement.
Hello, I am Peyton Leonard, and I am representing the senior class and presenting the John J. Shippard Award. This award honors the person who has been the most helpful to the senior class, as voted on by the class of 2021. This year's awardee has been selected because she goes above and beyond helping students register for classes, assisting them in navigating from semester to semester, and embodies our principle of doing good to others. She always has a smile on her face as she answers questions or solves problems. She really gets to know all of the students and has been a great help to many of us over our years at Olivet College. She is one of the staff members that many of us will greatly miss. The John J. Shippard Award winner is Leslie Sullivan. The class of 2021 has shared the following messages to honor Leslie.
Hello, my name is Alma Holt, and I'm a member of Class of 2021, and I'll be reading Still I Rise by Maya Angelou. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room? Just like the moons and the suns, with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high, still I'll rise. Did you want to see me broken? Bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, wakened by my soulful cries? Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard, 'cause I laugh like I've got gold mines digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words, cut me with your eyes, kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I'll rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I walk like I've got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs? Out of the huts of history's shame, I rise. Up from a past that's rooted in pain, I rise. I'm a black ocean leaping and wide, welling and swelling, I bear in the tide. Leaving behind nights in terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak that is wondrously clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave, I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise. So as Walter Bunchett wrote, the greatest pleasure in life is doing what people say you cannot do. Thank you.
Today's baccalaureate ceremony has been a wonderful celebration and honoring of our graduating seniors and the potential they represent for the future. The baccalaureate ceremony is a service of worship in celebration and thanksgiving for lives dedicated to learning and wisdom. Here at Olivet College, it's an important recognition of not only learning and wisdom, but of our commitment to greater service to ourselves and our community. For some of us, this comes from a commitment based on faith or spirituality. For others, it may come more from a commitment based on notions of social justice and the basic human principles of doing good for one another. In either case, at Olivet College, we know that doing so enhances not only others, but ourselves in the process. Our graduates know, but our guests and viewers may not, that at Olivet College, we set ourselves apart from others as we commit to the principles outlined in the Olivet College Compact. This is a special commitment, one that is embedded in the experience that these graduates have had and which has been honored here throughout this service. To each of you graduating, if you haven't already, I want to challenge you to take the compact and its commitments to a higher ideal than self-serving success and make them your own. Find a way to integrate them into your life, your relationships with others, and your personal code of conduct. Have success in all the ways that it can be had, and then find ways to use that success for the betterment of others and the communities in which you find yourself. This graduating class has demonstrated that through commitment, perseverance, and good old-fashioned grit, combined with kindness, patience, and a willingness to be flexible with oneself and others, they can defy the odds and achieve success in the face of before unimagined challenges. Remember this lesson. You'll be faced with many challenges in the years to come, and you can succeed then too. In closing, I wish you well. Know that Olivet College is always your home, your family. God bless each of you, and God bless Olivet College.
Hello, my name is Ashley Swisher, a member of the 2021 graduating class. You learn by living by Eleanor Roosevelt. Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "Every time you meet a situation, though you may think at the time it is an impossibility, you go through the tortures of the demand. Once you have met it and lived through it, you find that forever after, you feel freer than you ever were before. If you can live through that, you can live through anything. You gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you stop to look fear in the face." It is important for our development and the leadership of others that we know we can face up to major challenges and show others that we are confident and capable. And so, you must do the thing you think you cannot do. Throughout our lives, and especially throughout our years here at Olivet, we have proven to ourselves that we can overcome nerves and fear and survive whatever the challenge may bring.